Darth Kermit here with the first video of my new Everyday Arena series. This series is focused on how to climb efficiently every day in Arena. This is not about non-meta counters to meta teams. It is about how to use your meta teams most efficiently, read with near 100% success. If you do not have at least one Galactic Legend, this series is not for you. Now first up, because it has been the most requested, Supreme Leader Kylo vs Rey. Before I get to it, if you like my videos, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and support me on Patreon for written guides, mod profiles, and other perks. Or just because you want me to keep making videos. The lineup you want for this is Slacker, Hux, Crew, Sith Trooper, and First Order Officer. There are a lot of people out there who swear by a slower, high offense Supreme Leader Kylo. For me, as soon as I switched to a fast Kylo, this counter became near 100%. The faster the better, even at the expense of offense or crit damage. You should still try for a crit damage triangle, but if that will slow you down more than maybe 5 speed, go for whatever is fastest. You do not need to be faster than Rey, but you do need to be fast. Next up, Hux needs to be fast enough to go third after Rey and Kylo. This should be fairly easy to accomplish. It's pretty easy for Hux to outspeed everyone but the GLs. Nothing else really matters for him as far as this counter goes. First Order Officer needs to be fast enough to go next, which also shouldn't be too hard. Again, nothing else really matters for him either. Sith Trooper stats don't really matter for this, but crit damage and offense are what you want for him in general. And Crew also doesn't much matter. But in general, you want him to have a good balance of health and defense and a bit of speed. Not too slow, but you also don't need him very fast. There are never really 100% counters to meta teams. Extremely bad RNG can still lose a battle for you, and that is no different in this case. If you miss too many crits and can't be an ult at the right time, you can lose. You can also lose if you misunderstand the timing of Kylo and Rey's ults. Rey's speed drops by 30% while in ult, and you need to keep that in mind sometimes. This same basic strategy works against all Rey lineups that I've encountered. The hardest and trickiest one is the one known as Rey Titans. Rey, Gas, Jedi Knight Revan, Hermit Yoda, and Jedi Knight Luke. So I'm mostly going to focus on that lineup for this video. But see the video description for special notes on other Rey comps. After the first walkthrough and before all the extra footage, I will also include a second walkthrough for the Wat Kenobi lineup that I know some people also have trouble with. Now the basic strategy to win this every time is to avoid Rey's ult and ramp Kylo's damage to where his AoE just takes out the entire opposing team. The first thing you need to make sure you understand is that 3 of the opposing characters, Rey, Luke, and Revan, are immune to stun, so don't even bother hitting them with your stuns. Try to keep the other 2 characters stun-locked instead. Next thing to keep in mind is Revan's revive. If you can take him out before he can revive someone, do it. But you'll probably trigger his revive with an AoE before you get a chance to take him out, and that's okay. Lastly, to survive Rey's ult, you either need at least 1, preferably 2 characters other than Slacker alive, or Slacker needs to be an ult. You have to plan for this. Now the walkthrough. It does not matter if Slacker or Rey goes first. Stun Gas. Reset Slacker's cooldowns. Stun Hermit Yoda. Pass back to Slacker. Siphon Gas. This is where you may trigger a revive. If it doesn't, then try to kill off Revan next with a basic. Otherwise, try to trigger damage immunity on Rey. From here on, Rey will start killing off your team. It doesn't really matter who she kills off in what order. Just focus on charging ult, keeping the 2 stunnable characters stunned, and ramping Slacker's damage. And make sure you're in ult before Rey's ult goes off if Slacker's by himself or low on health for some reason. Once Kylo is in ult, just keep siphoning. Target stunned characters if possible for the double effect. The ramping damage should be enough to take out the entire opposing team. It should also make sure that you have enough ult charge to get into another ult should Rey survive long enough to also get a second ult off. It's only slightly different and much easier when going up against the Watt Kenobi lineup. First, you're going to stun Kenobi, then pass to Kylo and do an AoE, pass to Kylo again and AoE again. Continue charging ult and ramping damage. Make sure to be in ult before Rey's ult goes off if Slacker is by himself or low on health for some reason. And that's pretty much all there is to that. Now here's a few more battles so you can see this working in various scenarios. And that's it. I hope this has been helpful. If you like my videos, please remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit that notification bell, and support me on Patreon for written guides, mod profiles, and other perks. Till next time.
I find your lack of rainbow connection disturbing.